So, how's everybody doing today? I kind of got a somewhat day off right now, I guess, so I'm going to take it and do my thing. I uh, I have a few things to talk about. The main one that I didn't send and I deleted, and I'll explain later, but it's about not cornering anybody. This circle we're going to make, this union, God's union, everyone needs to understand and know that door is always going to be open. The light is always going to be on. So whether you choose now or you choose just before you die, we'll still take you. We still want you to come. We still want you to join. It's always been that way. That's why it's designed as it is. Because opening up yourself and understanding and realizing that you have a gift, but you have to choose it. It's important. And if you choose it, we're going to work with you. We're going to get you taken care of on the top side. And yeah, a little bit about that top side we were talking about last night. Eh, have you ever noticed how here, when people speak, you can hear emotion in their voice? And with their body language, you can kind of see what they're feeling and what else they're trying to say. It's like different levels of communicating. Yeah, up there, and we'll call them tracks, like multiple levels of tracks, like music. You got the guitar here, you got the drums here, you got the vocals here. Yeah, well, communicating is like that. And down here, we just got this crude vibrate air thing going on. But when you get really good at it, you can hear emotion in their voice, and you can see their body language. But up there on the top side, you'll actually be able to hear their emotion as a separate track. You'll also be able to see what they're thinking if they want to send that to you too. That's why communication is so much better up there, because they'll be able to see what you're feeling, and they'll be able to see what they're thinking when they're also saying their words. And like I said, as up there, there is no language. A cup is a cup is a cup. So down here we have different languages, just like we have different ways of finding God. Turns out there's a lot of different um, religions out there that are the same principles of living with honor and doing the right thing and being a good person and helping each other. All those are just different ways that the Father's communicated to his children, because there wasn't a way to get Christianity over to them. And the language and all that. So he couldn't wait for all that. He got other ways to get communicated to them. But he's been communicating with the children long before the gospel and Jesus and everything else. It's always been the thoughts. And all the way back to Stonehenge, the Easter Island, all those things. They got the idea of what God wanted, and they did it. And those that did it and were good, they're up there now. So, it's been happening for a long time. And like I said, if they've had a religion in their life that's been about honor and doing the right thing and being a good person, then yeah, they're up there too. Some may be angels. The path from Jesus is one. There's others. See, it's always been the one path. Are you an honorable person? Do you know what it means to be decent? Can you live your life without crime? You know, that's been the one path. All these different paths up the mountains, Jesus is being one of them. At the top, that's the lesson to be learned. That's the knowledge that needs to be in place to get in the gates of heaven. And that's important that everyone understand that. You got to be a good person. Because here's the thing, like I told you about those tracks and understanding emotion and understanding thoughts and what's going. See, you can still tell a lie up in heaven. But first of all, if it's a serious one, I will blink you out of wherever you are to where I am, and we'll talk. Do it too much, and you'll be in purgatory. And if you don't figure it out, if you still want to be a sham shyster, whatever, tell your big fish stories, yeah, you'll get booted out on the top side. See, that's one of those things that I'm coming up there for, to stop 100%. And Jesus is a little lenient, Father says, and I won't be. It's plain and simple. It's a gift. If you don't want to honor the gift, then give it back. Because the rest of us do. The rest of us want to live with honor and truth. So, there are enough up there that if you're not going to be in, fine. We got plenty of other children that are good. So, that's what I mean about just getting there. You still have to do the right thing when you get there. And if all this programming is bad down here, we won't even waste the time. That's why there's not going to be any more White Walkers. Because, yeah, you know the truth now. You understand what's going on. And if you can't figure it out, we don't need you. Because it is about one big family. And we're going to work together. And we're going to always take care of each other. And we're all going to be able to trust each other. And know that what they're telling is the truth. So, it's the only way we'll grow. And that's why I said the top side's evolving too. And so, yeah, he wants me to remind that about the light always on and the door always open. This side, it really is kind of a figure it out and understand these people as we're going through. 100 years from now, this won't even be an issue. And there won't be White Walkers coming in. But right now, yeah, I don't care. 10 minutes from having that pacemaker turned off, come to us. We'll get you up there on the top side. We'll get you going. So keep that in mind. Because it ain't about nailing you to the cross about the bad, what you've been through, what you've done. Dude, the Wild West has been everywhere. There is none of us that have lived without sin, and I know that's part of what my gig is here. I am as antichrist as they could possibly be, and I understand all of it as far as why we do what we do. And you got to remember, as you're going through life, you're thinking about what's going on in your heart, and you're thinking about what your flesh wants. Everyone has been living to please their flesh. That meat sack you're running around in. That's where we go wrong. We got to shut down the meat sack and think with our heart and do what's right. And sometimes you may find that your heart tells you to do something and it's like, damn, that's not really in my favor. That kind of actually sucks. and now you're into it and you can't get out of it. Who knows? Maybe it was meant so that you made some big points. There is a mystery in all this too. It's part of the fun. And you know, I have to remind you guys that this whole Deb thing. I mean, I had a gal that I had a Salvation Army lunch I went to and talked to her on the way, and she was telling me about all her problems of not having furniture. And I'm like, well, I know where you can get some. I got you hooked up. I know a place. And I think she kind of misconstrued it, like we kind of do. No, I'm married. I'm not married. I'm having an imaginary wife. I don't even know. But it's kind of a courtship thing. I courting her and still don't know. But plain and simple, that's where I am and that's what I'm doing. And everyone should have that first one, that love that gosh, you'd do anything for this girl or guy in your situation, and you really want to be anything and everything they want to be happy. And if you haven't had that, sorry, dude. Sorry, ma'am. You really need to get one of those because it is important to understand and to get the points and to understand what it means to have a partner. And yeah, so, but there'll come a time in that where, okay, dishes or kids, which one do you want? And even neither. I'd rather just sit here and drink beer and watch football. No, that's not on the table. Dishes or kids. All right, some bit. Okay, and you gotta go. All right, and then there'll be later on where you go looking for your damn shoes. You put it on the back porch. You're gonna teach you a lesson. Son of a bit. We've been 40, and you're still trying to teach me. Son of a bit. I love her though. Love her. Those are the big points. Those are the big times. Those are the things, like I said, that soulmate. That's where you get them, right here. And you earn them. And you do the time. And you'll be able to look back at all that. And be proud of what you've done with your partner. And your partner proud of you. But, again, it's a struggle. And it's a challenge. And it's meant to be that way. Did I tell you about boot camp sucking? Yeah. Even the relationship's going to have a pain in the ass. Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah. Every time you turn around, there's something else, a thorn in your ass. But it's a pleasant thorn. Anyway, I guess enough jabbering. I've been waiting for new boots, and I got some, and he's been telling me, just hang on, I'll get you, and sure enough, he got me taken care of. And so I got to come down here to my favorite fishing hole. Boy, them other shoes, I couldn't even walk on them rocks. Damn, it was awful. But it's going good now. It's always going good. It's like everything that happens happens for a reason. Even that gal that needed the furniture. I mean, I was afraid I hurt her feelings and she wasn't ever going to happen. And then I took off walking to get a pack of smokes, and it turns out, no. It started to rain on me. He says, don't go back. And then he sends me another direction, and sure enough, I run right into her. I got to get her in there and get her signed up so that she could get that stuff, because that is what we do. People donate a lot of stuff, furniture and such, and they're for people that are just like her, that are starting over and literally don't have anything. And so it's all good. Everything's good. Yeah, I am so going to be embarrassed if she tells me no. I mean, that's all right though. I'll survive it. Broken heart? I don't know. We'll see.